Hello. Okay, if you are in the mood for a little bit of an ass whooping and a call to action for greatness and some tough love in the best way, okay, this is a really powerful message, but it's not for everybody. So if you're not in the mood for that, just skip this one. But if you are in the mood for that, keep listening because this is going to be good. Welcome to All In with Allie podcast, the podcast for online business owners and entrepreneurs who are ready to create the life and business of their dreams. I am so happy you are here. So let me start this off by saying this. Everything that I'm saying and will say in this podcast, I'm speaking to myself. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at myself right now because we record videos for YouTube. So don't forget that. If you ever just want to watch these episodes, they're all on YouTube at Allie I. Reeves. So this is like, I'm recording this as a reminder for myself. I'm recording this like as a recorded affirmation reminder for the days that I forget what I'm about to say to you right now. And lately it's been feeling like I've been forgetting this a lot, if I'm being really honest with you. I need this message bad. But sometimes you just need to be reminded. Sometimes you just need somebody to look you in the eye, to shake you a little bit and say, have you forgotten? Have you forgotten what you're capable of and why you're doing what you're doing? And that everything that you've been through before pales in comparison to what's happening right now? We need that sometimes. Whether it's through a friend, a family member, a trusted mentor, or me, a podcast host you decide to listen to today. So I trust that if you came across this and this got your attention, that you need to hear this as badly as I need to say it and be reminded of it myself, because we all have these moments sometimes. And the reason why is because building a business is not easy. It's not easy and it's not meant to be easy. Doing something big and substantial with your life is not easy. Life in general is not easy. Let's just start there. Life isn't easy. Okay? No matter what you do, you choose your own hard. So whether you just decide to sit on a couch all day and watch reality TV and eat junk and maybe do a little bit of work that you don't even want to do just to make enough for the bills or whatever, even that's going to be difficult. It's going to come with its share of challenges. And then you decide to be the opposite of that and to be somebody who is intentional with their life and not only wants to build a business, but build one that makes a difference. That's going to come with challenges. So you're going to choose your hard, and there's going to be ebbs and flows to everything. And we know that. But I don't know about you, but this feeling, I don't know. It's like things are different right now. Something's different. I do think it's an energy thing. And, maybe I bring somebody who's very educated on the energetic realms right now and maybe astrology or something. They can school us on that. I don't know. But energetically, things feel a little different. But then also business-wise and industry-wise, things are different too. Business is not the same that it was last year, which is normal. It's not always going to be the same. But it's interesting when you go from one year that goes really, 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 really well, where you swing and you can't miss, no matter what it feels like in hindsight, to a year that is good, but it's different. It's not quite that. And it's really easy to, when your mind starts to play the game of like, is this going to get worse What does this mean? What's the writing on the wall? Where is this going? Does this mean, like, and not only that, but other people are speculating and other people are throwing words around like recession and these fear-mongering predictions about all kinds of industries. And it's really easy for that to infiltrate your mindset and you start to be affected by it. And that has started to happen to me a little bit more than I think what I'm used to. Another thing that's happening too, and this is really interesting, and I've been reflecting on this a lot. But again, just fully transparent here, fear is the word, but also doubt. I've been doubting myself a little bit more lately. And it feels like when I get ideas, usually in the past, I would jump more. I'd be more prone to leap and do the thing. And lately, I haven't had that quite in me. And that's pissing me off. That's bothering me. And I know the reason why is because in the beginning of my business, and I want you to reflect on this too, but in the beginning of your business, it's easy to take leaps in a lot of cases. Everybody's situation is different. But for me, I didn't have much to lose. I didn't have a reputation. I was already used to making very little money. Like doing something new or going all in on something, whatever. If it works, great. If it doesn't, whatever. We'll figure it out. We're already here. Can't fall much further. It's all good. So it's a lot easier to take risks and to quote, play big in the beginning, in my opinion. Or at least that's what I'm feeling right now. But I've hit this level of success. I've hit more money, consistent money than I ever fathomed I'd ever make before. I have somewhat of a reputation. I have people that want to work with me. I've got a level of success. Do I want more? Do I know that I'm capable of more, a lot more? Yes, of course. You too. But I've got a lot more to lose now. I've got kids. We have a home. We have plans. And it makes me think, I don't remember the exact quote, but like how comfort is the enemy of something, of like more success for you because of that reason. Because when you're comfortable, the pain isn't that big. The pain isn't there, right? So it's like, do I want to potentially disrupt the comfort right now? Do I want to shake things up? Things are good. Things are calm. Bills are paid. Do I want more? Of course. Would I be satisfied with only this? No. But is this so bad? No. It's quite nice. That's messing with me. Big time. And it's got my brain all jumbled up. So I'm very thankful. This is one of those times, one of many times that I'm very thankful that I've put myself in a position of high-level mentorship, because this has been something that I've been leaning into for support with my own mentor. And she helped me realize a few things that I'm going to share with you today. And this has been something that I've just been thinking more and more about. And I kid you not, I remind myself of this every day, like in any way that I can. I come back to this remembering, because it's like we have amnesia sometimes. That's what it feels like. It feels like you forget all that you've worked through in the past, and that of course you can handle this. Like it feels like sometimes when you're in it, when you're in the current wave, and that's all business is, right? Business is just learning how to ride waves. Sometimes there's going to be big, angry, scary waves, and you just hold on for your dear life and you ride the wave to the best of your ability. And your job is not to fall off the surfboard. And other times the waters are calm, right? So it's like, you're going to navigate the different ebbs and flows. This is it, and the more depth you get to that and the better you are at doing that, the longer you stay in business and the more that you grow. So in the moments where maybe business is ebbing or it feels like things are more challenging for whatever reason, it's really freaking easy to lose sight of the forest for the trees, to lose sight of the bigger picture of not only where you're going and that everything that you're going through right now is serving you because it's creating a better, more wise, sharper version of you to get to the next level. And you forget what all you've been through in the past. You forget that everything you're dealing with right now, while difficult, it probably pales in comparison to what you've dealt with in the past. For me, this is nothing. Nothing. Like when I put things in perspective for myself, my woes right now are nothing. But try telling me that last Wednesday when I was in the shittiest mood. I was all up in my head, doubting everything, just in such a funk. And it was in that moment that I needed, sometimes you just need somebody to come up to you and take you by the shoulders and shake you and say, hey, this is nothing. You got it. You can handle this. Can you handle this? Yes or no? Because it's these moments when you shake your head, yes, I can handle this, and you move forward and you handle it versus numbing out or quitting or self-sabotaging. It's the moments that you move forward and you walk through the challenge that you prove that you can handle it. But you got to go through it, right? It can't be skipped. So for me, what I need to remind myself of are a few different things. The first being, been through hard things before. And if you'll notice, the people who, like the 1%, right? The people who really made it and who walked through fire and came out the other side with something better than when they got started. What they've been through, in most cases, this isn't everybody, but most of the people that we look up to in business who have truly made a name for themselves, who have truly done something incredible and substantial, they all have insane stories. Insane. Either of trials that they've gone through as children or, in their younger years, or maybe trials and crazy situations that they went through in earlier stages of business, sometimes later stages of business. There's nobody that you look up to that's just like, it's all been really easy for me. I don't know. All I do is win. That's not a thing. Nobody would be impressed to be like, okay, but that's not a thing. But we forget, right? And this is part of it. The amnesia part, the part where we forget what we've been through, and the part where we forget what we're capable of. It's not impressive if you walk through every situation knowing that, of course, you're going to come out the other side great. Nobody believes that. Even if they say that they do, they don't. That's not real. Nobody comes to this planet and grows up and is just like, I'm successful no matter what. No matter what life throws at me, I'm going to come out on top. That's not a thing. Everybody has moments of forgetting. That's by design. That's what we signed up for. That's what I believe. I truly believe we all came to this planet with zero recollection of, anything that we've done in maybe a past life, what we're here to learn, what we're here to accomplish, what we're capable of. Because if we knew any of those things, we'd be cheating. That's not cool. That's not impressive. It's only impressive when you doubt yourself and you still decide to move forward. When you're scared and you still step forward. That's what makes somebody great. So I needed to be reminded that life in general is hard. I knew that. But like life, no matter what you choose, right? You could choose to do nothing with your life and it's still going to be hard. You're just choosing, like, no matter how you decide to live your life is a different shade of hard. But if you choose to just sit on the couch all day and watch TV and make the bare minimum, do the bare minimum, you're going to have your fair share of challenges as well. But then on top of that, you decide to be a person who wants to excel in her career and wants to start a business, and not only just start a business, but want to actually make an impact, and not only make an impact, but actually want to change the world, have like a true ripple effect on not just an industry, but a country or a planet as a whole, somebody who actually wants to like truly make a difference and make something of themselves and truly go for great. That is not going to be easy. We know this. But in the moment that we're going through it and the day is hard and you're funky and you're doubting yourself and you're scared, you forget, oh yeah, this is the point. Oh yeah, this is what I signed up for. Can you handle it or not? Have you been through hard things before or not? It's really, really easy to forget. And it's not that our pain and fear is invalid. It's very, very real. How you feel is perfect. And it's exactly how you should be feeling. But what this is a question of is, what are you feeding? In those moments, are you feeding more faith or are you feeding more fear? Because both are available to you. In those moments when you doubt yourself, or you're hearing a lot of speculation on where things are going for business owners and for the country as a whole and an economy and all these things, are you going to continue to listen and go down a rabbit hole that's freaking you the hell out? Not saying that we have to be delusional, but in a way, maybe we do a little bit. Because in every situation, no matter how hard it gets, there are people who come out on top. And no, it's not just bad people. It's not just the 1%. There are plenty of people in the worst situation, in the worst economy, that become the best of themselves. Because it's in these moments, I believe, that instead of going the fear route and doing things that they're not really wanting to do, or that's misaligned from their bigger goals or what, their overall mission, but they feed more faith instead. They ask themselves the question, okay, but also how can this go right? How can I shift this for good? How can I navigate this and still move forward? So it's not a question of, is the fear valid or not? It's just, are you choosing to feed more of that fear? Or are you leaving any room for faith? And then the second thing that I really needed to be reminded of, that I want to remind you of here, is the question of, what do you got? What's the best that you have right now? You've been through worse things. Most of us listening to this kept our businesses alive through a pandemic. And yes, we have great businesses for that, considering that most of us work remotely and all of our business is virtual. But we didn't know what was going on. I mean, the world was in freaking turmoil. Most of us, some of you might be a little newer to business, which is fine. So this might be your first rodeo into, an interesting market. But most of us here, we've gone through worse than this. We survived a world pandemic, global pandemic, and came out the other side. Many of us did better than ever during that period when it was unheard of to be thriving. People couldn't imagine. Go back and remember all of the fear and all of the negativity and speculation and uncertainty. We didn't know when anything was going to turn around. And many of us freaking flew during that time. Did you forget that? I did. Can we do it again? Yeah. And if you haven't done it yet, can it be this first time? Yeah. It sure as hell can. But you've got to be down for it. You have got to be able to approach this situation with your best. So when people start freaking out and focusing more on what's going wrong and questioning everything, what are you going to do? Are you going to be the type of person who in that moment leads in a direction that you actually want to go and that other people need to hear and want to go? Or are you going to be the person who follows and says, that makes sense. You're right. No, I don't like that. I don't want that. That's the last thing that I want. That's the last thing that I want to give my attention to and that I want to react to. But so many people are saying it. So I guess, I guess I need to play a lot smaller too. I guess I need to do that too. You're right. So-and-so said it. So, okay. Or are you going to be the person who says, fuck that? This ain't my first rodeo. I'm in. What are we doing? You all can flounder and do what you need to do, but I'm going to be over here. I might need to reinvent a couple of things. I might need to pivot and shift a couple of things, but fine. Fine. If I need to adapt, I'm going to adapt and I'm going to conquer. That's my energy over here. Are you going to be that person who shows others another way of thinking and leads others to more light and potential and reminding others what they are capable of? Because there are a lot of people who haven't been through what's going on right now. If anything is even going on right now, we don't know what's going on. I mean, it is different. It is different for sure. But we don't know how this is going to play out. So there's a lot of people looking around like, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know how to think. I don't know how to act. But you do. How are you going to lead these people? Are you going to be part of the solution or part of the problem? Are you going to spread light or are you going to spread dark? This is what I have been contemplating and what I needed to be reminded of. I've been through this. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. Some of you also do. You've been through way worse and you got this. Again, this doesn't mean that this may not be an opportunity for you to do things a little differently. But any action that doesn't feel full, again, I mean, there's so many examples I could give, but like, for example, you have this business and maybe it's dipped a little bit. So instead of like writing it out and doing what you need to do to keep it going, rushing to go get another job because that's what people are saying needs to happen anyway, because the economy, or, nobody's going to want to invest in themselves, or nobody's going to want this type of service because blah, blah, blah. Right. So that's what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of the way you're going to lead yourself is, how are you going to play? I don't know how else to say it. So for me, this was my opportunity and is my opportunity to remind myself what I came here to do years ago, which was to be an example of what's possible for you, to be an example of a mom who is here to create a true life and business of my dreams, to create a level of financial success that I didn't even think was originally possible, to create a level of freedom, time freedom, and freedom of choice that up until now was never possible, to show my kids what's possible, to be able to live a life and grow my family and do things with my family that is actually in line with our values and how we really want to live, not just what was traditionally done and what was modeled to us, but how me and Chris actually want to lead our lives and our children. I'm here to be an example of that. And every step along the way and every lesson that I learn, I'm here to turn around and say, hey, this is what I just learned. This is where I'm at. This worked really well. This did not work very well. And I will tell you right now, what does not work well is getting in my head and allowing the fear to monopolize my mindset. And it's very easy to do. All it takes is listening to a couple of the wrong people on a bad day. And the next thing you know, you don't know which way is up and which way is down. But what I know for sure is that the people that have what it takes, that are here to create something absolutely incredible and be that 1%, an example and proof of what's possible, it's the people that in these moments continue to move forward. They continue to feed faith. They continue to seek support. They continue to evolve and, pivot whatever needs to be fixed and, whatever. Like there's going to be shifts needed to be made and refinement in our businesses. But forward they move. And they be that lighthouse, that example of what is possible for other people. And that's what they talk about. That's what they share. So, do we have what it takes? Are we going to be around this time next year? Are you going to be that person that other people look to as an example of what's possible? Or are you going to be the person when things got a little hard and got a little uneasy and a little shaky, folded like a cheap suit? That's not going to be me. So every single day, I'm going to do what I need to do to take care of myself, to remind myself of my bigger picture, my bigger mission, and that I can handle it. And continue to the best of my ability to move forward and make the moves that I know deep down need to be made in that moment, whether it's hard or easy or anything in between. Because I go first and everything else then responds. And I've proven this to myself time and time again. And that didn't stop. Universal laws don't stop for a shitty economy. What you focus on grows. The frequency that you are is attracted to you. And if you don't stop, you're going to get somewhere. Okay? So anyway, I hope this served you. I hope this served you as much as these realizations and reminders served me. I hope it did. I hope you are well. And I cannot wait to reflect in a few months on how we did come out the other side and how proud we are of ourselves. I love you. I'm cheering for you. See you next week.